Hello everyone and welcome to Nara's studio. Thank you very much for being here. Today's reading, we're going to take a look at the major changes coming into your life 1 year from now. So this is a timeless reading. Whenever you're watching this will be 1 year from now, all right? So we have 3 piles for you today. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So feel free to pause the video if you'd like to take some time to connect with the piles. Otherwise, I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So we are starting off with our tarot cards to look at the major changes coming to you 1 year from now. And then we'll grab a bunch of oracle cards for you next. But firstly, let us just reveal our cards. We have the Emperor in reverse, 8 of Swords, and the King of Wands in reverse. Underneath the deck, we do have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Now, pile number 1, have you guys been feeling like you've been living in a cycle for a long time? Meaning that nothing has really changed for you and you feel like you're just living the same life over and over again across different seasons, different years, different timelines. If that is the case, if that describes your situation, this pile definitely confirms that. Your guides want to ask you basically why this keeps happening. Why do we find ourselves in a continuous cycle of same old, same old? And it's not even a good cycle, you know, it feels like a cycle that we don't want to be a part of. So I know this reading is about the major changes coming towards you, but your guides are also saying that you need to initiate the changes as much as they want to bring in those changes for you. Because I think a huge part of the reason why you're not seeing those changes in your life is because you've been restricting yourself from going forward to get them. The 8 of Swords here is somebody who is kind of in a stuck and trapped position. They are blindfolded and they have themselves trapped. But the 8 of Swords can also symbolize illusions. This is not a real trap, but a trapping of the mind. The Swords is mental energy. So we are mentally restricting or limiting ourselves in terms of our potential, in terms of what we think we can do, in terms of the kind of goodness that can enter into our lives. I'm also hearing that for some of you, the thing you want is so specific that it ends up limiting you in some way. I know that when it comes to manifestation, like people do say that you want to be as specific as possible, but I think you are perhaps being too specific about how the thing should happen rather than just telling the universe what you want and allowing it to happen in whichever way is in your highest good, you know? So let go of the how. Let go of how you think it should happen. Let go of what you think life should be. And allow good things and different things to come towards you. The Emperor and the King of Wands, they both symbolize power, right? They are both sitting on some seat of power, and there's a masculine energy here. So I wonder if you guys have I wonder what kind of relationship you have with masculinity, especially masculine authority figures. Think of your father, even like teachers who are masculine in nature, perhaps bosses that we have worked with or are working with. What kind of influence do they have over your life? What kind of opinions do they share with you? And how much of it do you take in as something, like how much of it do you take in personally? That whatever they say and do is kind of like there's a personal effect on you. There's something here about leaning into your own power rather than letting them tell you what to do, rather than letting them decide what to do for you. The universe is also telling me that like, it's not just that it has to be a male authority figure. This could be like even a mom, a mom figure that is very masculine in energy. Like they either speak to you or they just behave in a more masculine way and they influence you in that kind of style. So it's not about gender, but basically, how can we transform our relationship with authority, with power, such that it's not controlling us, but rather we are empowered by our own inner power? You know, so the changes that are coming to you Oh, I must add. Okay, underneath the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is key here because the Nine of Swords upright is somebody who is staying up, something is keeping them up at night and they are perhaps anxious or concerned about something. But when we have this card in reverse, it is saying that this kind of anxiety and uncertainty is over. So the major change happening to you is that whatever is keeping you up at night is gonna go away. It's gonna fade away 1 year from now. And importantly, everything that your guides want to tell you is that you you are able to restore a sense of peace because you step into your power, because you stop letting other people tell you who you are and what to do. And that's very, very, very important to also catalyze the changes that are coming into your life 1 year from now, whereby you get more clarity, you get more certainty, you get more peace as well with the Nine of Swords in reverse. So whatever thing has been creating a lot of anxiety in your life, it is definitely, definitely coming to a close. All right, let us take a look at our oracle cards next. And I actually want to start with a different deck. So let me put her aside. I want to start with this one here just to see like what kind of life will we be leading 1 year from now. All right, so let's have a look together. All right, we have 4 cards. We have acceptance, self-worth, expansion, beautiful, and despondence. Okay, the change happening for you is that you go from a state of like feeling that the universe has abandoned you with this despondence card, feeling like the people around you have abandoned you, to going into a state where, first of all, you start to accept that this is your life. And it starts by accepting the imperfections in your life. Like, hey, okay, I'm not gonna keep pointing fingers at others, or I'm not gonna point fingers at the universe. I'm not even gonna blame myself. I'm simply gonna accept that, yep, these are the flaws and all of my life right now, and so be it. From there, you restore your self-worth, and then there is expansion for you. It's really, really clear cut that there's this big mindset shift where you go from despondence to expansion, and it's just very clear that once you start accepting you for who you are, once you start to restore your self-worth, you get to expand upon the things that truly matter to you. You get to It's like when you're pointing fingers at others, you know, your worldview is very limited. Your attention is very limited as well. Versus when you're in a state of acceptance, you kind of just can expand yourself to more things. All right. Underneath the deck, we have isolation. I'm getting a dual message from this card, meaning that on the one hand, isolation for you right now might not be a bad idea because it might be easier for you to listen to your voice when you are in more solitude. And that thunder was just really loud. I don't know if you guys heard it, but the thunder just like clapped. But anyway, it might do you some good to have solitude for some time, but also don't isolate yourself to the point that it becomes unhealthy. So everything in moderation. Now let us actually now look at our angel messages to see what our angels want us to know about our life 1 year from now. Whoa, you have a lot of cards. I don't usually get that many cards jumping out, but we will do that for you. We have showers of prosperity and in reverse, missed opportunities, unmotivated, stubborn, and lack. There's a bit of a harsh, tough love from your angels there. We have sandalphon or turquoise, and it says here forgiveness, seeking freedom, and healing. And it is just started pouring like crazy right now. So if you can hear some like rain or thunder in the background, that's what it is. And underneath the deck, we have spiritual adventure. Not underneath the deck. The next card is routine, limitation, mundane, and boredom. Well, what we have underneath the deck is spirit relationships in reverse, blocked, disconnected, burnout, and scared. Okay. I don't want you to get, bothered by the messages and the cards here because I think your angels are, I think right off the bat in your reading, like the universe angels have been your guides. Like they've all been giving a very kind of like cold hard truth style to your reading. And maybe that is what you need right now. So if that is you, uh, just keep an open heart as you listen to this, right? And of course, you always have free will as to what you want to accept in or not. But essentially, I think with this Eight of Swords energy where you are mentally restricting yourself, it's also causing a lot of missed opportunities in your life where you're not raising your hands for certain things. You're not taking the risks that you maybe are feel really called to take. You're not going on the adventures that you said you would. And there's just a lot holding you back. I think you feel very guilty as well about the fact that all these things are missed. And that's why this energy is showing up in your reading. I also do feel that there's a level of disconnection between you and your higher self, you and your life purpose, you and the universe, your angels, your guides. Like you don't feel the most connected to all of them, which creates a weird dynamic because you know it's there. Like the fact that you are here listening to this reading is proof that you know that you have a purpose, you know that you have a relationship with your angels, with your guides, with spirit, but you don't know how to have a deeper connection or how to keep a genuine connection going or how to just keep a consistent connection, I should say, going as well. So the Sandalphon card here is really key because I'm seeing this keyword forgiveness. It's quite important for many of you. You have to forgive yourself. You also have to forgive other people around you for whatever it is that they may or may not have done to you. We need to find a way to forgive them so that we can actually release ourselves from the mental trappings of anger, of shame, of I'm even hearing like you judge yourself for being a failure in life, and we need to find forgiveness for all of that. Otherwise, what really gets stuck is that you can't really quite get out of the cycle of shame. You can't quite get out of a constant need to self-blame, to self harm in a mental sense or emotional sense, that you're constantly punishing yourself. And all of that energy can be instead directed towards these things that you truly want: abundance and adventure. I think some of you are craving for travel, and some of you are looking towards expanding your abundance. I want to tell you that it's possible for you because these two cards are here, right? The energy is here, and spirit is kind of like showing you that this is what you want. Like, have you forgotten it? That this is what's possible for you and that this can be the focus of your life and your energy rather than the Eight of Swords, all of the blaming, all of the shaming, right? Like, can we put energy towards these things? Abundance and adventure, travel, interesting things in life, So what would it take for you to forgive yourself? I think that's a really important question to ask. Also, what would it take for you to forgive the other person or perhaps forgive the universe? That's something to definitely, I want to say, ponder on or just deliberate on it, dream about it, meditate on it, just to see where, what what's gonna open the dam, right? What's gonna open the floodwaters to true forgiveness in a great sense. Okay, let us get our Moonology card next to see what else comes through. We have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. And underneath the deck, that was love doing readings under the rain, but we have balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces underneath the deck. So the first thing that I am seeing for many of you is that Spirit wants you to know that you've been putting in the work and they see it, right? So 1 year from now, your hard work will pay off. You will find yourself on the other side of achievement, on the other side of success. That's definitely coming through, right? So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the process. Don't give up on whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, because your hard work is paying off. They also want you to know that, like, as much as manifestation and all that is a very spiritual thing, we also can balance that with practicality. And what that means is that I'm hearing for some of you, like maybe there are days when you don't feel like you're at the tip-top condition to be in a always positive state to manifest and to like constantly be in a positive mood, constantly be high vibration and all that. Like that's okay, because on a practical level it doesn't really matter as long as you get the work done. You know, it's kind of like clock in clock out vibes. Like if you have done the work that you know needs to be done, then great job. Like that is you manifesting, right? Just because you had a bad day, it doesn't mean that something is going wrong with your manifestation. Like absolutely not. You've done the work, you've clocked in and you've clocked out, the effort has been put in, everything is in order. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now let's get you some other cards to see what else Spirit wants you to know about your life 1 year from now. The major changes happening. Okay, we have a whole chunk of cards. This deck is pretty new, so things keep coming out together, but let us keep shuffling. Okay, the card we have is I am in awe. I am shocked. The card is Water Dragon, manifesting your dreams. Palwan, what have we been saying? Oh my god, this is totally more possible for you than you ever think it is. I want you to really know that it's possible to manifest your dreams, okay? Underneath the deck, we have Firebird, Seek and You Shall Find. Unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. This is madness. Love, 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 love. I don't know what else to say. Like, look, this is possible, okay? And if you're still here, that was a really loud crack, but if you are still here, I'm gonna keep that in just because I like the way nature is responding as well. But if you're still here, you have gone through the crappy part of the reading, you know, where we were talking about how things keep repeating in your life, and many people might have clicked out, right? Like, we don't want to listen to that. We're here to listen to some good news. You're here for a good vibe tarot reading, obviously. But if you have listened to all of that and you're still here, this is the payoff. Look, you get through your shit, you get through whatever it is that you need to heal from, and this is the payoff, that you get to manifest your dreams, and you shall find what you seek. Okay, so unbelievable. I am so happy for you. Let's get you some final what do you call this, affirmation cards just to close up this reading. Okay, the cards for you are again, we have a huge chunk. I don't want a huge chunk because time constraints. So let's try to get like one card, okay, or like 2 cards maximum. Okay, we have here self-love. Show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. Beautiful. I want to add that I have never done a reading with so intense thunder and lightning before, and like usually if this happens, I might just like pause the reading and like do it another time just because it's a little bit noisy, right? But for some reason I persevered and I pulled through this thing. So I feel like for some of you, thunder and lightning could be elements that you tend to work with. There might be some goddesses or gods that work with thunder and lightning, and if so, you might feel very connected to them. So that's what is coming in as well. The next card is ambition. May I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. Please use me for the highest good. Amazing. And underneath the deck, we have contentment. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I'm right here resting in God. Beautiful. So, Paul, number one, this is what I see for you. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you a pleasant journey 1 year from now, and I look forward to reading for you in the future as well. Bye. Hello, Paul 2, and welcome to your reading about the major changes happening for you 1 year from now. So, we're going to start off with tarot, and then we'll get a bunch of oracle cards to look at the major changes. So, let us get into it straight away. The first card we have is the Four of Wands. We then have the Page of Swords. And the Nine of Cups in reverse. All right, so pile number 2, starting off with the Four of Wands, I do see that there is some celebration that is happening for you 1 year from now. There's some kind of accomplishment where something that you have built up, especially when it comes to your home environment, or there's some kind of vessel, right? Your home, your business, or an inner temple, or perhaps this is a project that you've been working on for a while. There's some kind of accomplishment about that is coming into fruition 1 year from now. And secondly, with the Page of Swords, I'm also picking up that you're getting good at it, like the Page of Swords is a learner and they are the page, so they're still in the learning phases, but they do have some level of, like they are quite capable at it already. This is not their first time doing something. Like they're students, but they're quite good at doing what they do. So you're getting skilled, you're getting better at it. If this is a business, if this is a career, if this is something that you perhaps have been, is a project that you've been working on, like 1 year from now, you do get a better understanding of how to do it. And it's a lot more easy, it's a lot more manageable, it's also a lot more fun, to engage in the project. I do also see that there are many happy times that you share with the people around you, especially with the Four of Wands. There is friendship, there is community, and there are people celebrating your success. Okay. There's also one interesting thing with the Nine of Cups in reverse here, which is saying that for some of you, despite all of this external success that you experience, you might still feel a little bit lonely on the inside. You might still feel like there are some things that are not fully satisfied internally. And maybe you achieve some kind of a goal, you achieve part of it, but you don't achieve the full extent of it. And it's still making you feel a little bit down about yourself 1 year from now. So I want to point out that if you already right now, with your level of achievement, feel like the Nine of Cups, right? And 1 year from now, you achieve more things and you still feel the Nine of Cups kind of situation where you're unsatisfied, where you're unfulfilled, where you feel that you're not good enough and things like that. That's something interesting that you might want to look into as to why you're not able to celebrate yourself, even if you have gained more achievement, even if you have gotten better, even if you have more success to your name. Why is it still that you're not able to congratulate yourself? And at what point can you congratulate yourself? Okay, so if you find yourself already at the Nine of Cups in reverse kind of energy right now, today, what you can do to avoid this from happening 1 year from now is to start practicing a lot more self-love, start showing yourself more care. I want to say the word is also self-worth, where you can congratulate yourself, where you can feel good about the things you do, where even if it's not perfect, you can still celebrate your accomplishments. Okay, so let us get you oracle messages now. If I can get my deck up, we're gonna take a look at other messages about your life 1 year from now. We have forgiveness coming through. This is very much related to that whole self-worth, self-esteem message here. I think you guys really need to practice self-forgiveness as well. Because if you are jabbing yourself at every single mistake that you make, it's gonna be a really tough road to the pinnacle. Like, you will climb the mountain, but it's gonna be so much more difficult to climb it. The thing is that with the Four of Wands and the Page of Swords, you are successful. You have accomplishments, and there are people around you who are celebrating you for that. So it's not that you are like a novice entirely, or that you just have something small to your name. No, I see that this is a significant success in and of itself. But if you can't see that, you will always feel like it's not enough. So therefore, forgiveness of your mistakes, forgiveness of perhaps the things that you think are not good enough, forgiveness of other people, it's going to be essential to your path. Okay, let's get you one more card. See what else comes through. Okay, we have two, but we have mysticism and prayer. So your life 1 year from now is going to get a lot more spiritual as well. I think some of you are definitely deepening your spiritual practices. It's going to be something that's very nourishing for you to engage in daily prayers, to do your journaling, to perhaps do tarot readings for yourself. Maybe you want to be a lot more routine about a meditation practice, or maybe there's some esoteric knowledge that you're diving deeper into. That's definitely bringing a whole new dimension for you 1 year from now. Okay, underneath the deck we have trickery. This is very interesting because what are we getting tricked by is important to ask. Are we getting tricked by our own ego, perhaps? Especially with the spiritual journey, it's easy to fall into the trappings of the ego when we're confronted with the light. You know, the more light we see, the more our ego wants to fight. And the fight is not something that is so easy to discern, right? Like, sometimes it's hard to tell if this is the ego speaking or if this is something else, you know? So watch out for that, and watch out for how your ego tries to sabotage you by telling you all of the stories of how you're not good enough. And that's really, really important. Okay, let's have a look at what your angels want you to know about your life 1 year from now. We have number 20, don't compromise. Boundaries, assertiveness, courage, and unwavering. I like this a lot because on the one hand, we have you needing to forgive yourself, because I think some of you are very hard on yourself. But on the other hand, we have this message from your angels about not compromising. Underneath the deck, let's see, we have here Haniel, silver in reverse, and the keywords are ordinary, blocked, disheveled, and embarrassed. I know exactly why your angels want you not to compromise. They don't want you to compromise on the goal. The thing is that you can get there however it is that you want to get there. Everybody walks a different path to their own success. Even if we have a similar kind of success, the path that we all take is different. The path that we each take is uniquely tailored for the soul experiences that we have signed up for, right? So you can go and walk your path however it is you want to walk it, but don't compromise on the goal. I think some of you might be feeling a little bit tired. I'm even hearing a little bit burnt out by the process. And you can rest, you know, that's the thing. You can rest, like this forgiveness card. But your angels don't want you to compromise on the goal, meaning to not give up on the goal that you had in mind for yourself, which was quite important for you to achieve. Like, they want to remind you that that was important, that it mattered to you that you got there. Okay, so don't give up on yourself. Let's get you one more card from your angels. We have here, your desires are within reach in reverse, and it says your disbelief, stubbornness, apathy, and anxiety. And then we have Raziel, I think, in rainbow. This was also in reverse. It says skeptical, rigid, materialistic, and detached. I feel like some of you are too rigid about how. Again, it's the how. You're too rigid about how you want to get something, and you're not allowing spirit and the universe to just come in to bring about surprises along the way. So that's when you feel so trapped by the materialistic things. That's when you feel like it's really hard to navigate. What's a good example? I'm even thinking of things like the algorithm, like, because I was just looking at my own algorithm. So I'll use myself as an example, but I was looking at my own algorithm, right? And sometimes when you're journeying through to your path and your purpose, there are these things that come in the way, like, oh, I need to take care of the algorithm, or I need to make sure that my brand looks good, or I need to make sure that I am competing, on the social media level, things like that. And when we get too deeply entrenched into those kinds of trappings, it can cloud us from actually seeing the more innovative thing to do or the more inventive thing to do, right? Because we're just so entrenched in the same materialistic competition that everybody is also gunning for. Like, everybody wants the same handbag, everybody wants the same phone, everybody wants the same thing, and it's the same materialistic trap. But that really prevents us from seeing what else we can do in a more creative level. And the universe is a very creative place. Spirit, source, universe, God, or whatever you want to call it, is the source of creation, and therefore is creation, is creativity itself. And you are a seed of creation too. So when we say that your desires are within reach, and even rainbow, which represents miracles, it's a huge reminder that you can create whatever it is you want, right? So why do you compromise on the outcome? Why do you compromise on what you think you can do? It's super. I'm just looking at that flame, and I don't know if you noticed that it suddenly just lit up like that one over there. That was so cool. But anyway, why do you compromise on the outcome? Because the universe has infinite ways to take you there. Okay. Underneath that, we have peace, and it says here connected, journey, balanced, and clearing. Amazing. Okay, let us get you the Moonology cards next to see what else comes through. Okay, we have a time for healing, balsamic moon. By the way, this was like a scratch. I scratched myself, so just explaining that. And then we have surrender to the divine, full moon. What were we just talking about? This is a process of surrendering to the divine, my friends. I know you guys are hardworking. I know you will put in the effort. I know you will do whatever it takes to get there, right? Like, without a doubt, everyone does that. And if you are a spiritual person as well, you know that this journey also requires surrendering. You know that those creative sparks, those kind of like inspiration drops, right? If you will, inspiration downloads, if you will, they come when we surrender to the divine. And that's when you really create something new, something fresh, something different, and something that's truly meant for you, truly tailored for you. Okay, we have your commitment is being tested. Oh my God, first quarter moon. This is definitely the energy that we were picking up with that don't compromise. We don't, your commitment to your vision is being tested, basically. And so if you need rest, again, rest with this forgiveness and healing card. Like, if you need to rest, do that. If you need to do some energy work to recharge yourself, do that. If you need to meditate, whatever it is that is healing for you, do those things, because it's really going to help you. Like, you guys get those spiritual nourishment from engaging in things that feed your soul. Okay, let's see what else comes through for you. Pile number 2. Okay, this card flipped over. We have here Water ox, softness and gentleness. Very nice, because I don't know the lore behind all of the Chinese animals that well, but I do know that the ox is definitely a symbol of hard work and determination and all of those very more tough qualities, right? And then we also have softness and gentleness in this card here, which is saying that you can go hard at your goals, you can work like a bull, like an ox, and still carry that softness and gentleness. And the ox is also saying that, well, what if you could do it in a way that was soft and gentle? What if working hard didn't require burning yourself to the ground, and you could do it in a way that takes care of you, right? And softness and gentleness is like, it's like a light caress, it's like, it's light as a feather kind of vibes, right? And it doesn't require you to move insane weights or do crazy things. Like, what if we could just gently and easily get to where we wanted to? That's the kind of mindset perhaps that could help you in this 1 year journey. And then we have partnership and collaboration, the metal pig. So 1 year from now, there's also going to be more partnerships, more harmonious collaborations, people that are helpful and they want to come in to support you and your goals. I also want to say that 1 year from now, with the water ox softness and gentleness card, that you're also going to have more time for self-care, for time for softness, like time to take care of yourself. There's going to be a lot more of those opportunities 1 year from now. Underneath the deck, we have Metal Ox, experience the greatest love. This is insane, because this story here is it's a very famous traditional folk story in many Asian cultures, especially like the Chinese, Japanese, Korean, I believe, cultures also have this tale. I'm not gonna go into the tale, but basically they are two like star-crossed celestial lovers, and they meet once a year kind of vibes, and it's the greatest love story of all in Asian cultures. But anyway, I wonder if some of you are also meeting the love of your life 1 year from now. I would not be surprised. The fact that this is like coming in just like right now, like just as an afterthought, it's like, hey, you're going through and working hard on all of these other things, and bam, at the same time, you meet the greatest love of your life. It makes me feel like you guys are like very concentrated on your goals, and you're just doing your own thing and getting through with your life. And it's very unexpected that you also experience some love in that journey as well. So 1 year from now, would not be surprised that you guys find your soulmate. Or if you already are attached, then there might be some interesting developments 1 year from now, and I shall keep it at that. Okay, let us get you a final affirmation cards to see what else Spirit wants you to know about your life a year from now. We have a huge chunk of cards, and I'm not gonna read all of them, so let me just shuffle again. That card was weird. Let's keep going. Okay, we have here true offering. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Use me, love. Use me for the highest. I am yours alone. So beautiful. We then have striving. Eventually, the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. This is that Water Ox softness and gentleness card for sure. Okay, underneath the deck, let's have a look. We also have challenges. Unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arm if you are open. Please take over, Divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. So amazing. So definitely it's time to surrender to the Divine. It's time to give your challenges, give any burdens that you have to God, to Spirit, to the universe, and allow them to transform you in that process of offering. by releasing one's fears, by releasing one's judgments and doubts about our path, and see how that changes for you. See how you can move forward in a different way when you're not inhibited by all of those things. All right, so pile number 2, this is what I see for your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you all the best in your 1-year journey, and I look forward to reading for you in future as well. Bye. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading about the major changes happening for you 1 year from now. So we're going to start off with our tarot cards, then we'll look at Oracle to get messages for you. But without further ado, let us get started. The first card we have is the Star in reverse. And the keyword here they have is evolving light codes. Okay. The next card is Rebirth. This is also the Death card. And it says Phoenix of the White Fire. And finally, we have here also in reverse, the 5 of Activations, also known as the 5 of Swords, neutralize the charge. Pile number 3, I wonder if some of you are feeling a little bit hopeless about your current situation. It feels like there is a very futile kind of like inner dialogue you're having. It's like, nothing in my life will ever work. Nothing in my life will ever change. And you feel that everything is just, gonna be the same way it is right now until forever. And that's a very big and damning statement to make to oneself. It's very heavy. The Star, and the interesting thing is Death is called Rebirth in this deck over here. But the Star and the Rebirth card, both in reverse, it feels like not only do you feel like it's a dead end, you don't even think there will be any cosmic support, any miracles that could happen. Nothing, quite literally nothing, will change the way that things are in your life. So the 5 of Swords neutralize the charge in the middle here, is saying that a lot of these narratives have been inherited. You might have been picking a lot of this up from the people around you, perhaps from your childhood, your parents, who may also feel that life is just this long drawl and there's nothing interesting about it, and they don't really have anything to look forward to in their lives. And they project a lot of that onto you to say that, well, if this is my life, then you can expect the same for yours. They don't hope for you. They don't pray for you. They don't want anything better for you. It's very dull. And I think some of you have also dulled your feelings of hope that anything can be different or anything can change. So the 5 of Swords in reverse, therefore, is really important, because I see that 1 year from now, you really do the work to neutralize all of these very, very challenging statements that one makes to oneself. You neutralize a lot of the judgments that you make about life. You neutralize a lot of the pain that you have experienced, or the pain that you have taken on from your parents. You're gonna be doing a lot of work from now till 1 year later to restore a sense of hope and restore a sense of trust as well in the universe. Okay, so that's going to be the major theme for you, where all the internal healing that you do, it's going to help you to find if not a purposeful, at least something that keeps you going every day, something that gives you meaning, to live and to do your thing every single day in life. Okay, let's get you some Oracle cards now to look at what else is in store for you. We have Service and Destiny. With the Service card, I would not be surprised if there has been like a lineage of people in your life who are caregivers, meaning that your parents have taken care of their their parents, and you are now taking care of your parents, and there's this like constant need to take care of other people. And because of that, like from a generational perspective, people might not feel like there's anything to look forward to in life, because they just take turns to be caregivers, and there's something like very, very sad about this Service card. I know service isn't a sad word, but I can see that, maybe there are some of you who have taken on this generational story that anyway, we all live and we all die, and then there's nothing really to look forward to. There are no good people in my life. Maybe it's really hard to take care of your elders in life, and it's like not fun, and so like you feel like you've been born just to do this job of taking care of them, and it's not your purpose, it's not your thing to take care of them, and yet it takes up so much of your time and your energy to do that. So that becomes a strange dynamic that you might find yourself in, and you might be wondering, well, what is my destiny? What am I really here for? Interesting that we were just talking about you at the end of the 1 year from now period. Find yourself with greater meaning, to your life. And I think that's something definitely being restored for you. You're going to find more meaning. And for some of you, something as big as your destiny is coming in, that you know for sure that this is what you're meant to do this lifetime. And it really kind of like integrates and consolidates in your heart, in your soul, that yes, I'm here for this. And it's a very exciting feeling. And also at the same time, it brings about a lot of purpose and meaning. Okay, underneath that we have completion. Okay, so 1 year from now, we are also completing some kind of cycle and chapter where we no longer have to find ourselves trapped in some kind of limbo. We really get to move on from something. I mean, the completion has this person kind of like over like a like grieving over something, and that kind of feels like the death card energy. It's never literal, so don't take it literally, but I feel like you're just able to move on from a part of yourself, right? Like you can actually properly grieve that, yup, this chapter of my life is done and I'm moving on. Okay, like I'm ready to move on. I've put the flowers on the grave and I'm done. I'm ready to say goodbye to this version of myself. All right, let's get a look at what your angels want you to know about your life 1 year from now. Okay, we have the first card, the Law of Attraction in reverse, and it says you're quitting obsession, depression, and sloppy. Look at all these words, like nothing ever works out. Nobody likes me. I'm not good enough. I need to change first. I am stuck. I feel like could be the things that you tell yourself. Like when you look in the mirror, these are the things that you tell yourself, and you genuinely believe that, yeah, nothing ever would work out for me. I am not good enough. Nobody likes me. And that's very it's very heavy to say that to oneself, to think that there is nothing good in you. And I feel a lot of times these things are the things that people have said to you. It's not a reflection of who you are. This is just their judgment about you, but it's not you. So we got to, I guess, see that that's not a reflection of us, and then not take in those statements from other people. The next message your angels want you to know is Raphael Green in reverse, and it says here, emptiness, hibernation, sarcasm, and lethargy. Again, 1 year from now, there's definitely a lot of healing work. I think the law of attraction could be something that you might want to start looking more into, in terms of what does the law of attraction mean? What are some law of attraction practices, law of attraction of affirmations, even like all of this keywords here in the upright position. My angels are with me. Life loves me. I am beautiful. I am prosperous. Everything is going to work out. This is classic law of attraction. It's all about the affirmations, the good, positive things we tell ourselves, and what we can attract into our lives. If you don't already practice or know about the law of attraction, you might want to do that in this 1 year period. It could be very healing for you just to start to imbue yourself with positive words. Okay, underneath the deck, we have Uriel Red, and it says here, emotions, healing, devotion, and integrated. Yeah, again, healing. This message of healing keeps coming up for you guys. It's definitely coming in, and it's also showing you how you can integrate in this like destiny message that's coming through for you. Like it is coming, guys. So keep your eyes peeled or your ears open to the destiny messages about your path and your purpose. Okay, there is a meaning to your life. That for sure Spirit wants you to know. Okay, let's get you some Moonology cards, see what else is coming through. We have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Yep, very much about that destiny vibe, about you meditating and contemplating in the next 1 year about your path and your purpose. And then we have mutable moon, nothing is yet set in stone. This is so beautiful because I think for some of you, you really feel like your life is done for, that there's nothing else to look forward to in your life. And this message really just proves that thinking wrong, that there is so much more to your life that you can look forward to, and you have not seen it all yet. So why would you judge yourself right now based on someone else's opinions of you? You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer underneath the deck. Let us grab you more cards over here. Okay, we have the wood sheep. Nature is your healer. Again, that healing message. So in the next 1 year, you might find yourself spending a lot more time in nature. Hearing for some of you that you might move to a place closer to nature, and that gives you a lot more time to recharge yourself in nature and just feel more peaceful each day. We then have water tiger. A reset is coming. Very, very nice. I love that for you. It's definitely feeling like a callback to that rebirth card, where we get to rejuvenate ourselves. So a reset is coming as well 1 year from now. And then we have the wood tiger, powerful beginnings and progress. Amazing. So you will see new beginnings. There are new things happening for you. There's progress in your life. It's not gonna be same old. There will be changes. So pile number 3, I really want you to believe that that's possible for you, and that you will see these positive changes in your life 1 year from now, okay? Underneath the deck, we have fire snake, living from the heart. Yeah, again, there's a lot of like heart chakra opening for many of you, where you are opening yourself up to possibilities again. That's a very heart chakra thing. Like you can, instead of like always indulging in the heavy and down emotions, the heart opens us up also to uplifting ones. It helps us to see that there's balance in everything. The heart chakra's openness doesn't mean that it doesn't feel sad and that it doesn't feel any anger or pain. It also means that it's open to other positive things. And I wonder if some of you have been so closed off to positive emotions or even positive thoughts that perhaps people around you have said that it's almost like unnatural to have a positive feeling or thought, because they think that, anyway, those things never last. So why would you feel happy if it's just going to be a fleeting thing? Rather, why don't we just feel nothing? Maybe feeling nothing is better. Like, I don't know if there are some people that say this to you, and I would not be surprised that they really made you close your heart chakra off. And this year is a year of you reopening up yourself to spirit, the universe, to yourself, also to your heart. Okay, let's get you some final affirmations just to see what else Spirit wants you to know about your year, 1 year, your life a year from now. Okay, we have here impatience. My life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. Interesting. And then we have underneath the deck, contentment. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I'm right here resting in God. Beautiful. So pile number 3, this is what I see for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing journey 1 year ahead, and I look forward to reading for you in future. Bye.